All right. Well, I believe we are live. And it's a happy Sunday to you, Jamie.
Happy Sunday to you too, Jeff. Yes, it is. Indeed.
Oh, okay. So I'm doing so many things different here. And it's sort of goofing me up a little bit. But
Okay. Crashing and burning.
yeah, I've been trying some different things, and I'm not even sure if people are hearing this, so I'm just going to write a comment.
Mhm.
Are you hearing audio? Okay, so a couple of things that have been happening. I just want to start the conversation, and Jevon may show up here sometime soon. You know, he's got kids running around over there that taking up his time. So, a couple of things that I wanted to talk about today, but first, I got to play. I got to give a shout out to Dana Keith from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. Last night, sent me this thing, and I made a nice little recording of it. It's going to be our opening to our show, so I'm going to play it right now. Yeah, of course I got to get. Here we go. See, this is why I had technical issues. I got to tell you, I had technical issues because
Crash burn.
I was trying to edit this off of Facebook Messenger into Pro Tools and then play it back. And the ins and outs on my little desktop got messed up. So anyway, here is Dana Keith singing our intro.
Jevon, Jamie, and Jeff in the green room for success. Sundays at 4.
So
okay.
So you know, I've been having fun with that, but I am technically challenged. And my friend Ted Blaisdell, one day we were talking about this technical stuff and getting an audio thing going, and we were talking about running PCs on my Apple iBook. And
what's up, guys?
Oh, there's Jevon.
Hey, man. Sorry for being late.
What's up? We had a missing J for a minute.
Sorry
there.
for being late.
It can't be the doing? Double J.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
Triple J, bro.
Yeah, Triple J. I'm in the game. My bad.
That's right. It's all good. It's all good. No bad. All good.
Okay. Good.
Just to finish up that story before Jevon come in. So he said to me when I was talking about the computer stuff, he goes, yeah, that talking about computers is above your skill level. It's above your skill set.
Wow.
and he's so right. So
wow.
Jevon, you missed this. And then we'll get into the topics of the day.
Okay.
Dana Keith, a singer in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, friended me, and she sent me this little thing that I edited, and you've got to hear our new opening.
Okay.
So here is our new opening.
Jevon, Jamie, and Jeff in the green room for success.
Yeah,
baby. Yeah, baby.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, baby.
Right? Wow. Nice work.
Yeah. So
could she have sounded just a little bit sexier? I just wanted to know.
I don't think
that was phenomenal.
Yeah, you should you should hear all the other stuff that she said.
No, thank you.
I think I told her
kids watching.
She should do voiceovers.
Yeah, man. Way to use your resources, though. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know,
reaches
you
out.
do that all day.
So here's the topics for today. A couple of things that I think that we need to get to, and I want to put this right out. So I want people, if anybody's tuning in, please feel free to call in or text a question. And if I stop paying attention to you guys, it's because I'm going to try to answer questions today.
Okay.
And the main thing that I want to talk about today is this whole opening up of the country and the protests and everything that it's causing. And there's a couple of points of view. One is I, for one, would benefit the most out of reopening right now, because
Okay.
if everything reopened and people started getting together, the possibility of me working again exists. And so,
Okay, but you did see the phases, phase 1, 2, and 3.
but hang
Right.
on, let me finish. Hang on,
Okay.
and I'll let you guys. So from my point of view, the sooner it happens, the sooner I can start working. And
Absolutely.
then, but on the other side of it, my health also is more important to me. So I would rather stay healthy than work. So there's two completely opposite polarizing viewpoints coming and clashing right now. Now, from that point of view, take it away, because of the Michigan guys showing up with the fucking guns. I mean, come on. You can protest, but can you do it without guns? That's scary to me.
Ohio, Minnesota, Virginia is happening in the Midwest mainly, you know.
Mhm.
So it's amazing, and I'm glad to see it because Trump is being exactly who he is, and that's a divisive leader. You know, I'm like Andrew Cuomo 2024,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
because, Trump's not a leader. But,
Well, remember, Trump was saying back in March that it wasn't really a big deal.
and
Anything.
that's what's happening. Like Jeff said, it's not hitting the Midwest yet.
Mm-hmm.
There's still small numbers,
Yeah.
And I feel like as it continues to go throughout the country, unfortunately, they're going to realize, like, okay, maybe we should take a break.
Well, I mean, who knows what this, the true statistics are, with the data and everything, but who does it benefit to go back to work immediately? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it benefits Trump two ways. One, his stocks get to go right back up,
Right.
And the other thing is more minorities get killed.
Right.
Let's just keep it real. What's happening with the brown and black people is they're getting exposed more than anybody for some strange reason.
Well, we know it's
So,
not a strange reason.
yeah. And so the essential workers, majority of them black, Hispanic, they're going to be exposed first.
Well,
As we are seeing.
Yeah.
so I'm going to interject. And how many people do you think are out there just protesting to protest because they're pro-Trump? And or do they really have a vested interest in working because things open back up?
I think that a lot of people just need an income.
Right.
They're innocently saying, I need to get to work. I can't wait for a stimulus check. My $1,200 is already gone before you
Right.
sent it. And
First and foremost. So
yeah,
then the solution is everyone has to go back to work with a mask and gloves. If you don't have a mask, if you don't have gloves, you can't work. Right? That's how you working, Jamie, right?
yeah, yep.
Okay. So
Hmm.
that's what's going to have to be the new norm. If you guys want to get back to work, you got to put these gloves on, put this mask on. Okay?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
solution. And
Well,
then let it run through. It seems like they just want to let the virus run through until we come up with a medical solution, vaccination,
yeah.
or but they say like SARS just disappeared.
Hmm.
HNN1 kind of disappeared. So they're hoping that they come up coronavirus disappears, but there's no
What?
end in sight. It does seem like the New York numbers are going down for the past 3 days.
Yeah. But what if it was just as simple as this? You know, I'm just going to throw it out there. What if for 4 months or so, 4 to 6 months, I don't know, whatever, we could practice debt forgiveness in every area
Oh, preach.
until we get back? Why can't it just be as simple as that? Look,
I love it.
the economy will eventually get back to where it is.
Right. The
We're
reset.
we're gonna make it to where nobody will lose their job. Nobody will lose. Everybody will be able to eat, pay their mortgage, pay their car notes, whatever it is that's they need to maintain as they had before the virus.
Let's push the reset button. But everyone has to forgive all across the board.
Forgive it,
Right.
and let's move forward after that.
Because we're afraid of the mortgage crash. And so that's why they're like, okay, you still got to pay your mortgage, you still got to pay your rent. But if we're able to pass legislation that is debt forgiveness in the mortgage area, I think you got a point there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The greed seems like the only thing that would keep that from happening.
That's a good point.
All right. So in Prague, when I had Chuck Wansley on, he said why things are so much different there is the government immediately shut everything down and immediately started paying everybody 60% of their salaries and put everything on pause. And so everyone was cool. Okay.
See?
And
same thing in Canada.
Right. And there is a real disconnect between what is really happening and what people think. You know how many people post on my Facebook page when I say things like, well, I can't pay my bills. And somebody actually said, well, you know, it's a law that they can't evict you. And it's a law that there must be forbearance. And you know what? That is absolutely incorrect. I can still get kicked out of my house. There is no such thing as debt forbearance, because when I call my credit card companies and my car loan, all they do is tell me we can only not charge you late fees. And I still get an email saying you're late and you are now in like $900. And so when the minute this comes done and they say, okay, you know, we're opening back up, I will then be behind almost $1,200, $1,500 on one of my cards, and I will need to pay it immediately. Otherwise, they will shut it down. So there is no such thing as debt relief and putting it on pause.
Okay.
And the landlord that I have, his mortgage company told him the same thing about his mortgage. There's no law that says a mortgage company has to give you forbearance.
Okay.
And
you know, okay. That was for HUD is what I heard.
But
because
it's not when you go and try to call your bank and you try to call your lenders, still them to decide whether you qualify and whether they will do it for you. There's no law that says they have to give you any forgiveness or forbearance.
Okay, so here's the solution. You know, in Canada, the government paid 80 to 90% of the big businesses' salary, and they gave each individual $2,000 a month. You know, to put a big band-aid over the situation. And then moving forward, I think a debt forgiveness program is going to have to be in place because you're not the only one. Everyone's in the same situation. So we really have no choice but to push the big reset button.
Well, here's my two banks are Wells Fargo and Capital One, and neither one of them are giving me any kind of forbearance at all.
And they got a bunch of money from the federal government.
And I've applied twice to a small business loan through Wells Fargo, and twice I've not been qualified. And they also say we don't have the money.
Yeah, I heard they ran out of the money, but a new stimulus check went out today.
Yeah, it seems like what needs to happen, Jeff, is there's a lot of cracks in the systems that need to be filled. You know, and that's definitely one of them.
Right. So the thing that I'm saying is there are those that are sitting out there saying, well, the government says, but in reality, there are scores of people sitting there calling their bank and getting the same information I'm getting.
Yeah.
And I'm finding out that when everything opens back up, and I have to call my utility company every month and ask for an extension.
Yeah.
Every month I have to call. They're not just going, okay, 3 months and then we'll start back up.
Yeah.
So it's something that is not in place. There's not a government coming down and saying, okay, put everything on pause and make a forgiveness. And that is what you're saying would, and I agree with you, is if the federal government would just come out and say, okay, put everything on pause so nobody has to feel like they have to work.
Yes.
That would make a big difference.
Yes. Save the economy, because it's going to make it worse if they don't. I mean, have you visualized what it would look like if everything opened back up?
It probably wouldn't look too good in like a week. We'll probably have a lot more deaths.
Yeah.
And if we're willing to deal with that, like Sweden's still open. They're just willing to deal with the deaths. But I feel like everyone's seeing, the hospitals will get overwhelmed, and then things will just get chaotic, and the deaths will become exponential.
Yes.
And we might get into the 500,000s if we don't keep what we're doing right now.
Yeah, not every job is going to take back their employees either.
That is true. And Jevon, there was a good article about Sweden in today that I read. And the reason why it's being reasonably successful there is because people are obeying the laws and practicing social distancing. And the country is already set up to work from home. And there's already things in place where people try to keep safe. And that's why it's sort of working that they're letting people go.
Yeah.
That's why, phase one, I can get with that. Some states maybe go to phase one. Some states that don't have, but you got to throw in that mask and that glove if you want to go outside.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I, for one, would benefit for things to open back up.
But also in phase one, the numbers were still low. Like the restaurants can only have like 50 people. Like there was a limit on restaurants. So that means there's a limit in budget for entertainment. Just saying. That's a part of the equation.
From my perspective, the smaller gigs and small jobs that come back would be beneficial because those were the jobs I was doing to begin with.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
The people that are going to suffer the most are the big tours and doing those things.
That's true.
Didn't the governor of California say something about no concerts?
No, this was Mayor Garcetti. Mayor Garcetti was suggesting that we may have to not have any large sporting events or music concerts of any kind until possibly 2022.
That's bankruptcy for most touring artists.
And arenas.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking about promoters, you're talking about lighting companies, you're talking about backline, you're talking about, that's going to be horrendous.
Right.
For a lot of people. I know people that's what they make their money doing.
What about, wasn't it you, Jamie, and Jevon? One of you guys were talking about knowing, or maybe it was somebody else, a large company that their only thing they did was they had big semi trucks full of gear, and all they did were big tours that would.
I have two friends like that.
5 and 6 months, and that's all they're set up to do.
That's it. And they're done. Everything went away. So you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right. So then from my point of view, Jevon and I actually would be able to work sooner because we've been doing some of those smaller parties.
Right.
And some of those restaurant gigs.
Mm-hmm.
If things open back up within reason. But now here's the thing that I thought about. And Kimberly said something about, I can't sing through a mask. So One of the gigs that I had was at a shopping center that had entertainment 3 days a week. That was $1,000 a week for me. And, I could go and use a mask, and it was an outdoor thing where, people pass by and they sit and they could practice social distancing. But how would a singer be able to sing without with a mask on?
Well, no, singer got to sing, take the mask off. Essential at that point.
Yeah, maybe those, I've seen those glass partitions that they put up places.
I was thinking about that in the arenas.
Yeah.
Like maybe if they put those up in the arena somehow, it would like separate. I know it would be a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, wow. How about that? That's a whole new business. Social distancing furniture.
Yeah.
Social distancing, dining room sets.
Yeah.
People are 6 feet apart from each other.
That's what it's gonna be. That's the new normal.
It's gonna be
even they say the restaurants are gonna take out half the seats or whatever.
Yeah.
Until we figure this thing out. So
yeah, double the price.
I'm okay with that happening in other places. Places like New York, the numbers going down, but its numbers are way too high for them to even think about coming back in any phase right now.
Well, and here from that perspective, my daughter Michaela actually knew the guy that was in the news who lost his leg.
What? How?
That actor a Broadway actor that he had the coronavirus. He was released. Then he got it, and he got it came back, and he went back to the hospital, and somehow he went into a coma and got a blood clot or something, and then they had to amputate his leg.
Yay. That's new.
And so when you think about that, and you think about then if they open things back up on like the Broadway stage, how are they going to practice social distance? And those people are scared to go back to get it.
Say goodbye to ballet.
Well, I mean, testing. Everyone has to be tested as they come in. They're going to have to be something where they can test you within 15 minutes. Okay, you in.
A swab test would be awesome.
The swab test has to be the solution. It has to be quick, and in order to get a
certain color,
right, and then the audience can't deal with the performers, but there has to be dividers within the audience. There's solutions, but it's going to be a lot more money spent, and like Jamie said, a lot more infrastructure that has to be built.
Yeah.
So now I want to circle this back to we opened up with the protesting about opening up. To me, there's one thing to protest, but there's another thing to protest with guns.
And that's a threat. Guns is a threat,
right? And that to me is frightening.
Yeah,
it's America.
Yeah,
it's America. No one's out there with guns except
era, dude. We're talking about the good old West.
Yeah, we're only talking about one section of people that comes out with guns.
Those people are going to be there.
Those people.
Okay, so I need to say, Jevon, one of the very first shows we did, you were talking about 6 months from now there being this Wild West thing where people are shooting and all that sort of thing, and I just completely disagreed with you. And as I see it start to develop and play out, I'm going, holy shit! I should have got myself a gun.
You don't have a gun yet?
No.
He's got to get back to, these people, I think for the most part, they really just want to take care of themselves and their families. They want to get back to work.
Right.
But I think Trump is capitalizing on that for other reasons.
Oh, yeah. He wants to be reelected. That's his focus. He wants to be reelected.
It benefits him for that to happen.
He put a stop on the checks, a couple days delay, just to make sure his name was written in the memo of the checks.
His name was written on the checks.
Yes, in the memo. Did you get your Trump check yet?
No, and
That's what they're calling them, Trump checks. He's
I
a branding wizard.
I don't think I'm going to get any money from the government, honestly. And
My brother got a check. My girlfriend got a check.
yeah,
I
I'm
didn't get anything.
I don't see myself. I don't see money coming from the government for me. And nor can I count on it. Even
I'm
though
And
not
we
going to count on it.
we can't, Jeff. We
Yeah.
can't. And here's our dilemma again. When you're talking about musicians, what can we create out of this chaos? We have no choice. We have to survive. So we have to do something.
right.
And this is the moment of opportunity for those things to happen. It's just people have to come together and do that. They have to. You've started. You're never going to go back to what you were doing before. You're going to go and do your. You're going to do this too,
Mm-hmm.
along with your sound. But you're not going to let this go, Jeff. When you go back, when you get back out, and
Right.
Jevon, you're becoming a public, speaking person. I mean,
Right.
things are changing for us as we speak right now.
True.
The thing is how do we turn it into survival? How do we turn it into, this is something I can use to put my own roof over my head, take care of my kids. Our kids are looking at us. They're
Amen.
saying, "What do you do, Dad?
Amen.
What do you know?" So
Amen.
we have to look at it from that perspective. Like, they need us to do whatever it takes, and then we're going to be their heroes.
But we also may have to open our minds to a new way of
Yes,
living. Okay.
yes,
Like I was
yes,
saying, with the
yes,
villages, you know what I
yes,
mean? With the huts, you know what I
yes,
mean? Like not this year,
yes,
but if this shit continues,
yes,
people are going to the whole housing market is going to have to crash and become something totally new, right?
yeah.
Because the
That's going to
housing
be,
market is feeling that pressure right now.
yeah. Well, the rents in California were becoming absolutely ridiculous.
And so it's great that this happened. Unfortunately, this had to happen.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Something.
they had their foot on our necks for so long.
Well, I'm going to interject again with as we're talking about money, and we look at Canada, we look at Sweden and the Czech Republic and countries that actually are doing something for their citizens. The government is.
Yeah.
Our country is set up for those who are trying to profit off of us right now. They are
Oh my
trying to make a
gosh.
profit off of our demise,
Yes. Yes.
and everything
Yeah.
set up for them to swoop in and gobble up more shit from us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
instead of
yeah.
taking care of us, they're trying to figure out how are we going to profit from this.
Yeah.
Right. They're taking our rights away.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, it's infuriating. So I it's really hard for me to not get really angry
Mm-hmm.
at the government when I see them not really working to help me.
Yeah. And this is what we can't allow to happen, Jeff, because anger should just be an outburst and that's it, but it shouldn't be a way of living for anybody. That energy needs to be, acknowledged, boom, and then, okay, I'm going to convert that into something else positive or uplifting, and keep my frequency up here, because if you really let it, you will be depressed and out of your mind with the reality of this situation, of what it could be. So as hard as it is to find something to be gracious about or thankful for, there's somebody who has it worse than all of us right now.
Right.
There's somebody living in their car with their whole family. There's somebody who's lost their wife. There's I saw a family that lost, they only one family member left out of 6 from the
Huh?
virus. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as hard as it is, we have to learn. This is a new learning curve for all of us. And none of us are going to be the same after this. You know, it's kind of like we're all put on pause to objectively look at our lives now. And people are exposing themselves to us if we pay attention to.
Yes.
Who has called me? Who has said, "Hey, are you doing okay?" Who's text me? You know, what about all those people calling for gigs? Are they calling to see how I am? You know, I mean, so many things are being brought, and it's going to allow us to trim the fat in our lives.
Amen.
And manifest something new.
And the fat around in our lives may be our homes.
Yeah. Yeah. Or our brand new 2022 Corvette. They ain't even got here yet, but you have one.
These things, right? These things.
Yeah.
It might get to that.
Maybe you should go. We got to get to the point, like you're saying, to the point where just a car that runs is good for now.
4 tires and an engine.
Yeah, just a roof with 4 walls and a running toilet with toilet paper.
Let's go.
You know?
Major toilet paper. I'm running out. God,
Yeah.
I'm running out. I'm trying to not think about it. But no, you're right. You're totally right.
What you guys have just said is the exact same thing you both just said 4 weeks ago when we started this.
Good. And let's maintain that.
I'm a little frustrated that we still need to keep talking about it, because it seems as though there are folks in this country not getting it through their head. And I want to just go back to Prague and the Czech Republic, when Chuck said everybody here is cool because they know they're taken care of. They're not worried. They're not stressed the way we are, because we're afraid of losing stuff and afraid we need to work. And I want to bring it back to the government. If they would help us out, we may not have to be stressed, but that's not going to happen. So we need to think about all the things you guys were just saying.
Family. You know what? There's a light. Wisconsin voted Democrat. Did you guys see that? Democrat won by 10%. Even though the Republicans tried to force the vote, the people came out and voted Democrat. So there's a light. Let's say Joe Biden and his fumbling ass wins. Then at least we could hold the Democrats to the fire and say, you said you would help the public.
How about that?
Okay. It's going to take some time. But we're talking about major shifts here, Jeff. So the frustration is understandable, but we're talking about a global shift.
Yeah.
It's going to take time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, in many ways, as much as I need to go back to work, I feel like I would prefer for this to keep going, because there's a couple of things that I like about it.
I bet you could write a whole
I'll start
35 list of 35 things.
I'll start with the 2 top things right now.
Okay.
How quiet it is in the middle of the night. I don't hear freeway noise. I don't hear airplanes. I don't hear helicopters. And during the days, since there's no traffic and people speeding down our streets, all of the families have started using the street to get out and play the pickleball. This is a new thing on my street. All the families have their own, they draw courts on the street. Every family in front of their house has a pickleball court, and they're playing pickleball.
Yeah.
That's 4 things right there. Now, you get to sleep. The best thing for me is you get to sleep in.
People don't realize how important that is.
That's number 5, 6, 7, and 8. I mean, there's so many things to be grateful about in this thing.
Man, the body is healing during that time, dude.
You know, I just been stretching throughout the day.
Yes.
You know, just what I need. You know, it's been great.
It's almost like the planet is saying, now, doesn't this feel good?
Yes, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yes. Because we got away from, what we were created to be.
Yeah,
You know? I mean, just the
totally.
simple things. It's just simple.
Totally. Life is simple. And
Y-
all the spiritual gurus say that in their own way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what I would really like is I would like for anybody who might be watching to call in. There's been a few comments, and I think you guys after the show should kind of go through and look at the comments. Um, but Seth John's brother says,
Oh God, he's killing me again. Is he?
yeah,
What did he say?
he just said, "Hey, big late guy." But hey,
Seth, you're really killing me.
and then my son said, "Jamie Brewer is killing me." And
Cody's really killing me.
right. And then Kimberly said, Jevon must be killing us with the toilet paper.
You know what? I'm about to pull a Jeff and just
What?
walk up to a teller and be like, yo, y'all got it in the back or something? Like, where's the toilet paper? Because every time I show up, the aisles are empty.
Well, this is, and I'm telling you, when you go to check out, say, I
Yeah,
want toilet paper, and they will go get it for you.
I'm
You know what?
hoping.
Kimberly just said something really cool. She's reconnecting with people that she hasn't talked to for like 10 years.
That's
And that's
beautiful.
another thing that's cool.
That's
Is
another
because
thing.
it allows you to reconnect because man, we get caught up in the rat race and people start thinking you don't give a damn.
And
Hey,
I'll do you one better. You reconnect with the people that you really want to reconnect with.
Hello.
Excuse me. Yeah, we have
Watch
a caller.
yourself. God help. Watch
Right.
Hello?
Hello, Jeff.
We
This
have a
is
caller.
Calvin Tillery.
Calvin Tillery.
Calvin's
What's
killing.
up, Calvin?
You guys are so on point, man. This was so needed, man. Just want to say
Amen.
hello to you and Jamie, man. Hope you
Thank
guys.
you, bro.
Man, thank you, Calvin. Appreciate you, bro.
Calvin, it's good to hear from you.
Yeah.
You still there, Calvin?
You guys are so on point, man. Thank you so much. This is so needed.
All right. Thanks, Calvin.
Thank you, Calvin.
Stay well.
Yeah. And Calvin's one of those, he's one of those singers who works his ass off. I believe he teaches like during the day and then he's, outstanding vocalist, and those guys keep the bay going. We've got a great, music scene, between Oakland and, Peninsula, San Jose, and, just that whole area. People who are really talented.
That's awesome.
Who are not going to have an outlet,
Well, the outlet is going to be online.
Guess what? Recording. You
Absolutely.
said it.
Hey, Calvin.
Yeah.
Hey, can you turn the computer down for a second?
What's that?
Can you turn your volume on your computer down for a second?
Yeah, hold on a second, because that's you guys. Hold on.
So it's going to be online.
Okay. Now, so Calvin, did you hear? Were you able to hear everything that Jamie was saying about you?
About me? Yeah. I'm hearing both two things, and you guys are kind of echoing. So, yeah. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, and I just want to say, Calvin, if anybody ever killed anybody, you killed me a lot of times, and then
I know, Jeff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's a sincere apology.
Well, Jeff is a walking dead because he got killed as much as anybody could kill him.
Who, me?
Yeah. Just call you just to say, he would answer his phone, I'm so dead. Jeff would answer his phone, I'm so dead.
So Calvin, I'm so glad you called in.
And thank you, man. And it's so good to see you guys, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
All
you needed this.
All right, we're gonna let you go. Maybe we can get somebody else to call in and talk to us for a few minutes. All right.
Thanks for calling, man.
All right.
Be safe.
Bye. All right. Well, that was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. reconnecting, man. That's the deal, man. It frees up a lot of space
Absolutely.
in your head.
Absolutely. And that's what this is going to do on the planet. Okay.
Yeah,
So get in tune with the
yeah.
planet, fellas.
You
Get
know,
in tune with what the planet is saying.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. We never. It's about the moment, which is really hard to do for a lot of people, including myself. It's hard for you to be in the moment because I'm either thinking about something I have to do
Uh-huh.
or haven't done.
Uh-huh. We got another call?
Yes.
I'm with you, Jamie.
Hello?
Keep that thought right there. Because I'm ready to tee that one off.
All right, fellas. Go ahead. Is this Kimberly?
This is the one and only.
What's up, Kim?
You're really killing me, Kimberly.
So, do you have anything to say to Jevon and Jamie?
I do. Well, I have something to say to all three of you that I know we've all been waiting for, that have just joined the party. You need to explain the origin of killing me.
You're probably right. You're probably right.
What is the story? What's the backstory?
You're probably right. Yeah, that's a good
I
call,
know.
Kim.
We
Good
need
call.
John Connolly on for this one too.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That actually involves a single person named John Conley, and
I missed John Conley's show. I got to watch that. I didn't get to see that.
yeah, no, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that's what we would call I just killed John.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be a good example of
So it's like a takedown. When you take somebody down, then you're killing them.
Yeah, and so there's there's sort of a whole banter that goes along with it, and it really started with John Conley.
Yeah,
and
we just
he would say, "You're killing me," and then we'd say, "No, you're killing me," and then he would say, "Who's killing who?"
But we called each other fells though too. That's the other thing. So it became like
Hold on. What was that? What was that, Kimberly?
Like the joke on who's on first, that old baseball.
Yes. No. Well, it's no, not really, but there's a specific banter that goes along with it.
There's a language. It's a language. You would have to be around it before you picked it up.
Justin Keelan told me something about it a while back because I was asking what it was about. And first he said it's a private joke. And I said, oh, great. Tell the chick singer she can't know what the boys know. Tell me what's up. And he said it has something to do with Jeff.
With Jeff?
Something to...
He just killed Jeff.
Sorry, come on. Give it to us straight.
I suppose for some reason I might be the center of some of that.
There's something about that person killing you, and so that became like the point of everybody killing everybody.
Yeah. I sort of became the target for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. I would become the target, but
I from Nebraska.
Well, no.
That's killing Jeff.
I've been laughing about them teasing you about being from Nebraska. I think it was on Jamie's interview. He was talking about playing a song like the Nebraska way versus like some other way.
Well, yeah, the Nebraska way, and then there's every other way. Every other way.
Oh my God!
All right. So, do you have any other questions for us?
I just wanted to call and say hey and let you know how much I've been enjoying. Jeff, I want to just give you a personal shout out for all you're doing. You're bringing so much to so many of us, and I mean I could go on for 3 shows about that, but particularly the Triple J thing. I just feel like this is a place where we can hang and we can all like talk about anything. And even though you can't hear me, I'm talking back to the screen the whole time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, man, that's right, man. And then I type something, and I don't think anyone's paying attention. I don't care. I'm joining in.
Good.
You know what, Jeff? What we should do is like have people send in questions, like topics that they might want us to talk about on future shows,
Yeah,
because
I
that
like
could
that.
be fun too.
I like that.
Like for instance, this pastor who is saying he wants people to tithe their stimulus check
Yeah,
to
yeah,
him
yeah.
because it's God's message.
Right.
It's
That's
important.
awful.
So, some pastor did that. What pastor did that?
I
There's
want to
another
say
one.
Alabama.
This just happened today. This just happened today.
Okay. Yeah, so there's probably multiple.
Yeah. So they're all jumping on the scam wagon.
Yeah.
And trying to get people to give their food money to the church.
You know, and so that's deeper. That's even deeper than the greed. That
it
is
really is.
That's a self-esteem issue.
That's
You
worse than
don't
that.
feel. I mean, you're gonna give your money away. You don't feel worthy enough to have these funds, these means. You're gonna give them away.
Kimberly.
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you have a lot of good questions. I'm going to ask you to come up with a question for us for our next show so we can prepare. And then you can be the target of our killing.
So is this going to be a question like
it's Kill Kimberly week,
or like some individual thing, or give me some parameters about this question?
Well, just a topic, like the kind of stuff we talk about.
Okay. Okay. That'd be great.
Cool.
You never have to ask me to talk. All you have to do is like blink your eye, and I'll have something to say.
Okay. All right. Do you have any other questions? Okay. I mean, I'm liking that people are calling in. I want to see if somebody else.
Yeah, you should probably. As much as I'm loving this, I should probably let you take some other calls if people are coming in. But I just wanted to say, hey, wish you guys all the best. You've really, really been wonderful friends, and I look forward to this as much as anything that's going on right now.
Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kim.
That's awesome.
Carry on, boys.
Bye.
Well, like you were saying, Jamie, we're either in our mind and thinking in the past, maybe a past regret, something we wish we had done differently, or we're thinking in the future, what's coming, what you can do.
Yeah.
And in those realms, it can get messy.
Yeah.
And none of it is real. You only have the moment. So how do you stay in the moment? Well, how do you know you're in the moment? By paying attention to your senses. Okay, what do you see? What do you feel? What do you smell? What do you taste?
Yes.
Okay, when you get in touch with your senses and your breathing, you realize you're in the moment.
Yes.
You try to stay in that moment. That's where the peace is.
Yes.
So now, as long as you're not having a negative thought, you're on your way to the solution.
Yeah.
As long as you're not feeling bad, you're feeling good.
Yeah. When I know I'm not in the moment is when, like, I'm delivering today and it started raining just as I was getting out of the car. But then this little kid comes up to me, to grab the package. And that always brings a smile to my face, when I see little kids.
Right.
But in that moment, that little pinch of frustration was like, I got to deliver in the rain.
Yes.
But the kid ran out in the rain.
Yes.
And just changed and tucked me back to the moment, which this moment is okay. I just wish it wasn't raining. That's all.
Okay.
So I needed to accept the rain with everything else. You see what I'm saying?
That sounds like a lyric to a song.
Watch yourself.
I totally feel you, because that's what we're talking about. Embracing the moment. Embracing what is, right?
You got to write the song now, Jevon.
I love that. Okay.
You got to accept the
Accepting
rain. But it's what you're talking about is awareness.
Absolutely.
It's
and that's where it all started.
Yeah.
God said, I am.
See, a lot of people, that's too deep for a lot of people, though. You got to break that down, Jevon.
Awareness, consciousness. That's where it started.
It's really, and it should stay there. But
Okay. So we talk about the simplicity of life. That's really the simplicity of life. As long as you in the moment and stay within your awareness, that's where the peace is.
Yes.
Because you ask yourself, do you have a problem right now in this moment? No.
No.
But you have a problem when you think about what might come next week.
Right. Bingo.
That's what the problem is.
Bingo.
Stay in
what
the
am
moment.
I going to do next week?
Right.
What am I going to do next month? What am I going to do? You know, I mean, that's it. That's it. So we don't really realize this, but our immune system is boosted when we stay in the moment.
Very true. Very true. And Jeff's seen it.
Our body.
We've all seen it because the musicians that have been traveling all their lives, they age gracefully.
Yeah.
Because they've been doing what they love all their lives and getting love from the audience and adulation from the audience all their lives. So their DNA ages in a different way.
Yes.
Goddamn Keith Richards, he should have died 4 times.
Maybe he did.
Maybe he's dead. Nobody told him.
They have defibrillators backstage for every concert.
You know, so you're right, man.
But no, man, you do what you love, man, and once you're in the midst of love, you know, it's nothing but time awareness.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right. Because time's not real.
I got it. The Church of Triple J. Please send your tithes and offerings to Triple J Show right now. We would like you to send your stimulus check to us.
Donations.
We distribute it to you, back to you.
Yes.
But we'll keep a commission.
Might as well. You might as well play the lottery.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we got to start making money at some point. How are we going to make money off of this thing? Endorsements, right?
Yeah.
Commercials. Maybe, Jeff, you're going to have to do a goddamn Pure Rail commercial over the mic. You know what I'm saying? To be like, all right.
So this is my plan. Plan. I'm going to throw it out to you guys. So we've been doing all these shows for free, and I'm having people that are masters at their crafts on my show. And I'm going to continue to introduce people to all these masters of their crafts. And then I am going to start offering hosted masterclass sessions on Zoom with those people.
I like that. that.
And for as far as the Triple J Show, I want to transition it into a YouTube channel where that can be copyrighted about it, other than the three of us talking. And I've been saving up all of the shows, and I'm going to unleash them on a new YouTube channel that they can all show up, and then have people start tuning into that.
Yeah. Because I'm making money off of YouTube.
Yeah. There needs to be, you know, there's a criteria in which you need to have like 1,000 subscribers and, you know, a certain number of watched hours.
Right.
So what we're doing here is not only are we practicing and building an audience and getting out what we do out, and people are enjoying it and tuning in, but then when we transition it, then we'll take those with us and then grab new people. But we also are building it and kind of getting our what we do down and fine tuning it. And we'll need to have our new voice again. We'll need to have this in front of every show. This right here.
Jevon, Jamie, and Jeff in the green room for Sundays at 4.
You know what? You know, a lot of people are being isolated, and that means they ain't getting any. So
right.
That's true.
Okay, so Kimberly's still listening, but Jevon, this You're Killing Me all started because of a boys' locker room type of talk between John Conley and Jamie and myself, and it had something to do with seeing women.
Okay.
And seeing gorgeous women.
Oh yeah.
And that So
Okay.
you're killing me
So
sort of came from there's a whole kind of thing going there. I'm just saying.
okay, good,
What
good, good.
the fuck?
So let's, there's no taboo in enjoying a beautiful woman, right?
So right. So
Absolutely
Right.
it all started, and now since it's just us three, and Kimberly's listening in, but it all started. We were at what became my place, but it was John's place at the time before he moved to Los Angeles, and he had his Pro Tools rig set up downstairs. And he started talking about how he would see this girl and it would throw us, but he's like, oh, throw us back out. And he would throw his back out because his hand was banging on the table from underneath. Oh, and then it went to like, oh my God, that's really killing me. And then John goes, you are killing me. Right. So
Yeah.
it sort of started this little thing, and Jamie took it to a new level.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
And then it all circled back to somehow it was me that started it,
Oh my God. I'm glad Kimberly asked the question.
and and there was this thing, and then it became this sort of sign as when we were all on the stage.
Yeah.
A really fine looking woman would walk by and everybody would act like, oh, my back.
How's your back right now?
So now the comment is, so when we play this and Jamie goes, yeah, that'll throw your back out. Okay, so
that's awesome.
yeah. So
Well,
I hope you're I hope so it kind of so that sort of it went from there, and then as we morphed it out into public, it was just like, that's killing me. And but the real history was it had to do with throwing your back out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So see, that's another topic we should talk about, because
Absolutely.
about sex now in the new Me Too movement. If that would have happened 20 years ago, I'd be in jail.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, just the comments. No, here's the thing. Most of the people that we worked around knew us, and we could make sort of, off colored jokes, right? Like a nice short dress or, stuff like that. Today, we can't do that.
And you can. You just have to be respectful. Okay. Let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying? We're miracles. We're walking miracles. Do you believe that? Okay, the blood's pumping through your veins. You're not making the blood pump through your veins. So if you're a walking miracle, another person is a walking miracle. Now, these women spend hours in the mirror and buy clothes from Fashion Nova and work out to look beautiful. So then it's okay to be aware that they're beautiful. Just be respectful.
But see, there you go, right there. See, because I've been on tour with artists. I'm just gonna say it. Most of them take it way too far. Let me tell you what I saw one time. I won't even say who the artist was. Somebody he didn't even know was backstage and wanted to meet him, right? He goes up. She just, somebody's, I respect your music. He walks to her and he licks her face.
Oh, who the hell?
From
Rick James?
Chin all the way up to
What
her
you talking
ear.
about? Who the fuck? You gotta be Rick James.
That's how he said hello.
Oh my God. See, that's not respect.
No, that's not good. That's not respect at all.
Another one said, okay, here's another thing that happened. You want to take a picture with us? Okay, fine. While you facing the camera, his hand was planted firmly on her ass.
Yeah.
I mean,
we got another call?
Yeah. So
there needed to be Me Too. There really needed to be.
Right. Okay.
No, I agree. I agree completely.
Go ahead, Seth.
Oh my God!
I'm only calling. Yeah, exactly, Jamie. You know why? I'm only calling in to say hi to you guys. I've been watching Jeff's podcasts, we'll say, since the beginning, and I'm loving them all. Jamie, loving having you on here. Jeff, my mom and I both loving you doing this.
Oh, thank you.
What's up, Seth?
Thank you.
How you
Thanks for
doing?
calling in.
Seth, I only have one thing to say.
You don't even need to say it. You're killing me. or should I? I'm gonna leave you right now with Big Lake Guy. See ya.
Who's killing him?
That was funny. And he goes, "Big late guy, see ya." Bam, and hung up.
Nice. Okay.
He always
I
kills
love
me.
you.
All right, so here's an example of being polite about it, and this is true, and I believe that you it has to come from an intention.
Uh-huh.
So
There it goes. We talked about that already.
I was driving down the street, and there was a woman walking that had the most beautiful legs I'd seen, and she was just walking, had a fairly short dress on, and I rolled down my window and I said, "Excuse me, you really have beautiful legs." And she turned to me and said, "Thank you."
That's okay.
So, but it was the intention and the way I said it. My was I just really wanted to tell her she was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know.
But the difference is if I would have like, "Hey, baby," and whistled and
honk,
right,
honking, that's disrespect.
Right.
Yeah.
You know. And
Yeah.
so like we're always saying, it's very simple when you think about it. Just don't let that energy get distorted, you know, but appreciate the beauty around you. You know.
You know what, though, guys? I have to share something. You know, we're guys and they're girls, and you know, we've never known what it was like to be approached
True.
like guys approach girls, right?
Right, no question.
Well, I had the experience of my life in San Francisco one time. I actually played for 2 nights a gay club in the Castro. And boy, did I get a lesson.
Whoa.
They loved you.
I said, this must be what women go through every day.
Whoa.
Because they were coming on to me like I was a chick.
Because you was knocking in that low end. They like that low, that bottom. Whoa.
Everything the guys do, they were doing that to me. Yeah. And I was like, after a while, you're kind of like, I'm feeling faded here.
Right?
Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, I couldn't even use the men's restroom without being approached, you know?
But like you said, Jeff, it's always about the intention. Right?
Yeah.
As long as you keep the intention pure, it should be okay. Now, you know, things get messy just because that's kind of messy. That energy is very powerful and strong. The sexual energy.
You can't say certain things. You can't do things. You can't, you know, because men in power have taken
advantage.
Said.
Right. So the Me Too movement, like you said, was necessary.
I mean,
it's a part of this shift.
Being in the recording industry for over 30 years, you know, I got to say that I've seen more than less, you know, producers come on to their female singers, you know, aspiring female singers.
Right. And just like Harvey Weinstein, there's a music mogul that did the same thing.
Do the same thing.
Right.
And the singers, I know a singer, and I want to mention her name because she wouldn't want me to, but she was telling me a story of getting a couple of gigs in acting and singing, and had those producers come up and go, "Hey, you know, if you come over to my house and show me, you know, hang out with me, show me a good time, I will make sure you get on this record." I will make
those, you know, those kind of things are starting to become exposed.
Right.
And that's a part of the shift, man. It's got to happen.
Right.
Yes. I've seen it happen. I'm telling you guys, it's you know, what a lot of these female singers have gone through coming up through the music business has been horrific, you know, and some of them never ever get the deal or whatever was promised to them. You know, they just whoever the producer is or songwriter, whatever it is, has, I'm not saying they're all, but I'm saying more often than less, you know, they were taking advantage.
But
Taking advantage.
now that's a solution to a lot of these artists. Because now a
Yeah.
lot of these artists is like, okay, I got my setup at home. What you want me to do? La 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 la
Right.
la la. Okay, I'll send it in. Send me my money. A lot more
Right.
isolation now. They don't gotta show up at the hotel at 3 a.m. at the
Yeah.
studio and blah blah blah. You know.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a major shift. It's gonna take a long time, but that's a really good thing for female artists, and the fact that they're able to expose it now, and Harvey Weinstein actually is doing some time,
Yeah.
You
which
guys,
is like,
let me ask you guys questions along that line as we change and shift into a new way of making money and making a living, and we're all working from our home. And the fact that there are more young women playing in the music business today than there used to be.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's more of a level playing field as we move into this new way of doing things? That women have a better chance at getting records and getting songs placed and doing all that sort of thing moving forward.
I think women are the
Well,
dominant gender,
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
right? Okay, good. I think women are the future.
yeah.
Okay, I think
They've
black
always
women
been,
in particularly.
always been the dominant gender. If you ask me,
What was that?
we just
I said
men
black
just
women in particularly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right? If Michelle Obama ran for president today, she would beat Donald Trump.
She would
In a second,
That's
hands
power.
down,
You see how much
hands
power Cardi B has?
hands down.
you know,
Yeah.
So
and I just want to put this out there. This is just my thought is Michelle Obama singly could be one of the most powerful person on this planet right now.
Yeah.
all she gotta do is take the crown. It's
Also,
right, it's on the table.
and
She just gotta
you
pick it
just
up.
do it. And it has nothing to do with the color of her skin.
No.
Everything with the person she is.
Yeah.
And she's honest, and she has integrity, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's intelligent, and she's
Mm-hmm.
powerful, and it has all of that. It has nothing to do with the color of her skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely correct.
And
So
we need that.
I think just like the fact that we got a black president, why do we get a black president? That's an anomaly. That's a phenomenon. Why? Because a white guy was fucking up so bad, George Bush, that America is like, fuck it. Let's give black dude a chance. It can't get no worse than this fucking guy. Right? And that's the same thing that's gonna happen now.
Well, you know,
Donald Trump is gonna fuck up so bad that a black woman is gonna have to come and say, give me this shit and right the wrongs of the shit.
this would be the white man's could you imagine
I know.
those white guys right now that are the Trumpers, how they
I
would
know.
feel about number one, a black person, and number two, a woman?
I
Oh,
know. I
they
know.
would.
So I'm not saying next 4 years or anything. I know it's gonna take time. I'm talking about a huge shift, guys.
I mean, come on now.
It's gonna take time for sure.
Okay, so what about this? What about this? Because I think we're kind of stuck with Biden, and Michelle Obama is going to come in. But what if he went and had a sit down with Barack and Michelle and said, "Okay, Michelle, come be my
As a VP. Ooh, that would
Done
change
deal.
the game.
That would be game over." And
That would change the game.
because number one, already people, it doesn't really, and we talked about this before. He doesn't even have to be a good president. People are going to vote for him because of the kind of person they feel he is.
Which
And
I feel is idiotic, but that's another episode.
yeah, nothing to do with his policies. It's just like,
Right.
I feel like he's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What is that?
Michelle Obama as the vice president. Holy fuck. I mean, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't think it hasn't been talked about.
No.
Think that
Because then we got some intelligence in the office, and then we get Barack Obama back in the office. Oh man, that's what we really want, man.
No,
It's like America's dirty secret.
Right. But Barack, Barack wouldn't have anything. He would intentionally keep out of it because
Nah, not if his wife is there, because he has an excuse. Like, that's my wife.
yeah, but no. But here's the thing: is it's her gig.
Yeah.
Smart
Okay, you
man.
don't want to
Oh,
step
she
on her
would make sure it
toes.
was her gig.
Yeah, you
Huh?
don't want to step on her toes.
No.
She
That
would
could
make
become
sure
an
it was
issue.
her. He would allow her to be.
But
He
Barack has
even
those relationships. Barack has those relationships. I just think that would be the 1-2 punch, man.
I think it would just happen naturally. Their
That would be
husband and wife.
awesome. Just like boom, boom, Joe Biden and Michelle Obama.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
yeah.
That gives me hope. I
Well,
mean,
what would
I
be
know it's
awesome,
far fetched, but
is whoever comes up with the solution to getting us back to where we were before Corona hit, and it's not going to be Trump. It's not going to be that.
it's not going to be that. And like we already said, it's got to be something new. Okay, can't be the old, because
Mhm.
that day is dead and gone. So we got to create a new. What does that new
Yeah,
look like? What does that new cost?
Fella,
Everything has to become new. That reset button, man. They're gonna
fella,
call it, in the history books, they're gonna call it the Great Reset button.
yeah.
fella. We've been on for an hour and 11 minutes.
That's killing you.
Yeah, my iPad's running out of energy.
Right.
I got 10% left.
So we've had a good show, and I believe the show has been growing. It's been getting better. We're getting people tuning in, we're getting people commenting a lot,
Thank you, love.
phone
It's in my
calls.
backpack, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? You just
No.
Your back go
No,
out.
sorry. No.
She threw
Anyway,
his back
thank you.
out.
No,
who
I hear
just
what you're saying, Jeff,
what?
and I agree with everything you're saying.
So
You guys read the book, The Tipping Point, Malcolm Gladwell?
yes.
Okay.
So listen, let's focus on our Wednesday show at 6.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Kimberly's going to give us a topic. She's going to throw out a topic.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to get more people to call. I'm going to start hammering and advertising this.
Yes.
And then we've got our new. I'm going to try to get Dana to do a little bit more of this. And once again, just
Jevon, Jamie, and Jeff
Ah,
in the green room for success. Sundays at 4.
okay.
Yes.
I got to get her to do a Wednesdays at 4 too. And I got
yeah.
she would. This was like at 6 o'clock in the morning. She hadn't been to sleep her time, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
She's go. I go. She go. What?
Really?
What? I said, just give me an intro for my show.
Hmm.
All
That's
right.
awesome. That's awesome. So then we'll start doing little commercials, man. For
That's
little
right.
insurance companies. Okay.
We,
And that's
we
where
got,
we start.
We keep skipping the part that there has been, not only has there been we've had stimulus checks, but there's also been a lack of stimulus as well, meaning that there are fewer booty calls.
yeah.
I think that's a good conversation to have next time.
Yeah, I have people saying I can't even call, Susie anymore because she might have the virus.
I don't want to tell you about the girls that I usually call.
Easy.
That might be the next convo.
Okay, that's a whole nother topic. Okay, but I want to close it with this. After my first divorce, I was talking to. I was getting some therapy, and the lady said, I said, I don't want to be in. I miss having sex and all of that sort of thing. And I said, but I don't want to get into a relationship. And she said, that's why there are prostitutes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I said, but you're not supposed to. That's not. She goes, hey, look, let's get real here, Jeff.
Thank you.
And she said, you don't want a relationship, and I don't think you should have a relationship, but you have a physical need.
Happy endings.
There's a whole nother show right there.
Right. So there you go. And that is the kind of stuff that people don't usually talk about because there is a Christian
You can just listen.
point. You are when you do that.
You don't gotta talk. We'll do the talking.
They can just
We'll,
listen. That's the oldest profession known.
Come on now. Thank you.
right.
It's the
Now I got
oldest profession.
that my booty calls aren't coming.
Hey, easy.
2 ways.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Easy with the coming, Val.
That's tough.
Easy.
Right. Okay,
You know what I'm
fellas.
saying? Yoga. I suggest yoga, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yoga
Take that energy.
doesn't work for me. I've
No?
got a couple of options though. I'll tell you. I don't know if I want to tell you
Girl.
We're still working on that robot girlfriend for you, Jeff.
that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I suppose maybe we should wrap this up, and I should maybe close it in the usual way.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
everybody, thank you. Oh, wait a minute, Barry Chanel. You know who Barry Chanel is? He's a drummer. He played with P-Funk. He played with Parliament way back in the day. I'm trying to get him.
Nice.
I'm trying to get him on the show, but he just when I said Christian, he chimed in on the Christian, with and he's a good guy.
In what way? Like rebelling or?
Oh no, like he's a Christian guy. He's with us on that.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
good.
they had concubines in the Bible, so hello.
Really?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
I got to get Barry on the show. All right. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to close it out because we've got so much to talk about, and what we promised we would do is talk about anything that might be taboo.
Yeah.
And
the hell off.
Discussion.
I want to piss some folks off.
Yeah. Yeah, just open some minds, just like now's the time to think outside the box, folks, because we're all trapped in a box. Now's the time to think outside the box, Kanye said a great thing. Yes.
Stuff like should drummers be paid as much as bass players? That's what I
more. They should be
no.
More.
But no.
Drummers more than too. Singers don't.
But
singers should people should get paid on the amount of gear they bring to the fucking gig.
Yeah, right.
Really?
Okay, singer brings a microphone.
I think they should get paid by the groove. That would leave you without any pay.
But you know what, guys?
Easy.
Kanye, listen up, guys. I was watching Kanye doing an interview with GQ magazine.
All right. Let's get. We got so much to talk about, fellas. Let's wrap it up and take it out with my Roger Smith tune. All right, fellas.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
See you guys later.